weeks ago, she found something in his phone, and he got mad, and he broke her
Hey y'all, what's tea? It's your girl Purple Doll, and I'm collabing with Quality Control Music for JT City Cinderella concert this week in Birmingham. Y'all got y'all tickets because I will be in the building. I'm from Atlanta, but y'all already know.
21, with a baby boy she adored, a degree she was determined to finish, and a future she had already planned out. Criminal justice, law school, a life built on purpose. Gennia Grimes was not just another college student walking across the Alabama State University campus. She was a girl her mother called a superstar, and everyone who knew her agreed. She was a dancer on the Honeybees team, known across social media as Purple Doll, a name she earned because everywhere she went, she brought color and life with her. Her dance videos were going viral while she was still in high school. By the time she was a junior at ASU, she had a son, a 3.0 academic track, and a graduation date locked in for August 2025. She was building something real, and she was doing it with everything she had. If you believe every victim deserves to have their story told, hit that like button right now and drop in the comments where you're watching from. This community reaches further than you think, and Gennia's name deserves to travel. On March 27th, 2025, Gennia was in a car heading back toward Montgomery so she could make it to class that morning. She never made it. She was shot in the head. And the man sitting beside her, the father of her child, the person she trusted most, never called for help first. He picked up his phone and he started building a lie. This is Gennia's story, and she deserves every single person watching to know exactly what happened to her.
Southwest Atlanta family is devastated by the death of their daughter, and now the Montgomery County, Alabama Sheriff's Office has launched an investigation into the death of Alabama State University student Gennia Grimes.
Grimes was a proud member of the Alabama State University Honeybees dance team. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Mays High School in Southwest Atlanta, which is where Gennia graduated from. Angelique?
Yeah, good afternoon to you both. Everybody who knew Gennia Grimes described her as a superstar. She was an extraordinary dancer who was even featured on Access Hollywood for her moves. But tonight, following her shooting death, her family tells me they are just consumed with grief. Gennia Grimes made a huge splash wherever she went. This is her Mays High School graduation in 2021. She was always a show-stopping dancer who knew how to dazzle a crowd. After leaving Atlanta, she went to Alabama State University and danced with the Honeybees dance team. She was known as Purple Doll and Strawberry. Her mom says she has lost her best friend.
She just had big dreams. That was my heart. Anybody can tell you. Oh, we were like twins.
Authorities tell the family Gennia was riding in a car last week with a friend when a gun went off. Angela says the friend initially told Montgomery County deputies a 21-year-old killed herself. Now deputies tell the family they are working it as a death investigation. The family says they pray the truth will come out.
Do you think your daughter would kill herself?
No. She wouldn't even touch the gun. She was afraid of guns.
9 months ago, Gennia added the title of mom to her accomplishments when she gave birth to her son, Rogers McCloud Jr. But she went back to school determined to follow her dreams and keep dancing and one day become an FBI agent. Her family and friends say they won't stop until justice is served.
Full of life, full of energy. As you all just said earlier, super flexible, you know. She was a honeybee, which is a big girl dance line at ASU, but size does not matter. It did not stop her. She was splitting, pirouetting, doing all the things that any ballerina can do. And I think that's what allowed her to really stand out.
And Mom Angela tells us that Gennia was actually up until 3:30 in the morning rehearsing the same day that she died. Her mom says she loved the stage and had a performance the next day and wouldn't have let anything stop her from being at that performance. We are live at Mays High School in Southwest Atlanta. Angelique Proctor, Fox 5.
Very sad. Your heart goes out to that mother. Angelique, thanks.
12 News is targeting crime. Montgomery County Sheriff's deputies have made an arrest following the shooting death of an Alabama State University student. This is Rogers McCloud Jr. He was taken into custody and charged with capital murder. He's being held without bond. McCloud is accused of shooting and killing his girlfriend, Gennia Grimes, in the town of Pike Road. The crime scene was at a convenience store off Highway 80 in the Wall community. Grimes was a 21-year-old criminal justice major at ASU. Investigators say her death appears to be an incident of domestic violence.
We've been thoroughly investigating that case all week, and ever since last Thursday, our investigators have been wide open. Sheriff Cunningham gives us all the technology and support so our investigators can go out and operate efficiently and find out the true facts of this case.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to pay for Grimes' funeral and support her 9-month-old son. We've placed a link on the WSFA 12 News app and WSFA.com.
An Atlanta family is speaking publicly for the first time following the arrest of a young man who they say betrayed their trust.
Deputies have now charged the boyfriend of Gennia Grimes with the murder of the Atlanta student who went off to college in Alabama. Fox 5's Kevin Stewart is live in Atlanta with the update. Kevin?
Courtney and Russ, we are live here at Antioch Baptist Church North. This is where Grimes' funeral will be held this weekend. The family is still putting the final touches on it and trying to process what happened.
She had big dreams.
Gennia Grimes' loved ones cannot believe she's gone, shot to death while away at college just over a week ago. Her boyfriend told deputies it was a suicide.
Her son's father, he was the one who said that, she'd done this to herself, and nobody believed him.
In the end, neither did investigators. Rogers B.B. McCloud, the boyfriend, is now accused of murdering the mother of his young child.
I cried because my baby, she didn't deserve that. I mean, this is somebody that she loved. When he came here, my family treated him like he was our family.
The couple met at Alabama State University and had dated for about 2 years. She was a dancer, and he, at the time, played football before leaving school before the 2024 season. Grimes says her daughter was about to break up with McCloud.
A few weeks ago, she found something in his phone, and he got mad, and he broke her iPad, he broke her phone, he tried to break her TV.
Grimes says she just picked up her grandchild, Rogers III, from the suspect's family this weekend, a child who will never see his mother again. It is with that in mind she shares this heartfelt advice.
Anytime something's going on in your relationship that's not right, share it with someone. Don't hold back.
The family has set up a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses and raising little Rogers III. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, just so sad for her family. Kevin, thanks.
Shooting and killing his girlfriend was in court today. Rogers McCloud Jr. is charged with capital murder in the death of Gennia Grimes.
Grimes was shot earlier this year. Authorities say they found the pair in a car at the WA exit. Today, we heard new details about what investigators believe actually unfolded. WSFA 12 News reporter Rosanna Smith has the details.
Gennia Grimes' family sat in the courtroom as her accused killer faced a judge. Judge Pamela Higgins heard some of the evidence against Rogers McCloud Jr. She found that the evidence is strong enough for this case to head to a grand jury. At the preliminary hearing, we heard from an investigator with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. He testified McCloud and Grimes were traveling from Auburn to Montgomery to get her back for a class at Alabama State University. He says McCloud told authorities that Grimes became inconsolable about financial issues during the drive and grabbed a gun he kept in the middle console of his car and shot herself. But investigators believe McCloud shot his girlfriend in Macon County before pulling into a gas station in Pike Road right off Interstate 85. The investigator says they found several Snapchat videos on McCloud's phone taken minutes before he dialed 911. One that he did not send to anyone showed Grimes bleeding in the car and no gun in sight. A second video McCloud sent to his mother showed a gun placed on Grimes' shoulder and says, quote, "This girl shot herself." Investigators also say McCloud sent a text to his family saying Grimes shot herself, but investigators did not believe his story. They say this is a case of domestic violence where a young woman was murdered at the hands of her boyfriend. The defense did withdraw a motion for bond. McCloud will remain behind bars. Rosanna Smith, WSFA 12 News.
Grimes was a junior at Alabama State University. She leaves behind a 9-month-old. We reached out to the district attorney's office and McCloud's lawyers. They were unavailable for comment.
When investigators looked at Rogers McCloud Jr.'s phone after Gennia was shot, what they found was not the behavior of a grieving partner. They found videos. Snapchat videos taken in the minutes before he ever dialed 911. And then they found a second video, one he had sent to his own mother, showing a gun placed on Gennia's shoulder, with his voice on the recording saying, "This girl shot herself." He called his mother before he called for help. He showed Gennia's body to a family member over FaceTime, and the story he gave to law enforcement, that Gennia had become overwhelmed with financial stress during the drive, reached into the center console where he kept a gun, and shot herself, started collapsing almost immediately. Gennia was right-handed. The gunshot wound was on the left side of her body, and her cousin Jasmine, who knew her better than most, said plainly that Gennia was terrified of guns, not cautious around them, not unfamiliar with them. Terrified, that is not a small detail. That is the detail that tells the entire story. Gennia's mother, Angela, had seen tension in that relationship before March 27th. It was not new. In the weeks leading up to her death, there had been an incident where McCloud allegedly destroyed Gennia's iPad, her phone, and attempted to break her television after she discovered something on his phone. These were not random arguments. These were patterns. The kind of patterns that families notice and worry about and hope will change. The kind that did not change. None of them could have known it would end on a highway in Montgomery County on a Thursday morning. 8 days after Gennia died, on April 4th, 2025, Rogers McCloud Jr. was arrested and charged with capital murder. At his court hearing, Judge Pamela Higgins found the evidence strong enough to send this case to a grand jury. The defense withdrew a motion for bond. He stayed behind bars. Gennia's family sat in that courtroom. They watched. They are still watching. This case is still moving, and they are not done fighting for her. There is something that needs to be said about who Gennia Grimes really was, beyond the case number, beyond the headlines. She was studying criminal justice because she wanted to become a lawyer. She wanted to spend her life standing up for people who could not stand up for themselves. She was 21 years old, raising a 9-month-old son, carrying a full course load and still chasing that dream. Her cousin said it in the simplest, most honest way possible. She was only 21 years old, a young woman with her whole life ahead of her. That sentence should have been spoken at a graduation, at a law school acceptance. at a birthday party with her son in her lap. Instead, it was spoken in grief. Alabama State University held a balloon release for her. A campus stopped and stood still. A family buried a daughter who should have outlived them all. The patterns in Gennia's story, the destroyed belongings, the volatility, the control, show up in relationship after relationship. They are not phases. They are not just bad days. When someone shows you who they are through their anger, through what they destroy, through how they respond when they feel threatened, that is information, and it matters. Gennia's story is not only a crime story. It is a reminder that love is not supposed to cost you your safety. The person who should have protected her most was the one who took everything from her. She trusted him with her life, and he used that trust against her. Gennia Grimes was a superstar. Her mother knew it. Her campus knew it. Everyone who watched her dance knew it. She was Purple Doll. She was a honeybees dancer. She was a criminal justice student, a daughter, a cousin, a friend, and a mother to a little boy who deserved to grow up with her in his life. She deserved to walk across that stage in August. She deserved to become the lawyer she always wanted to be. She deserved to watch her son grow up and tell him herself who she was and what she stood for. She deserved so much more than what happened on that highway. If this story moved you, please share it. Not for the views, for Gennia, for her son, who will one day be old enough to search her name, for her mother, who called her a superstar and was right. Share this video, leave her name in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss a story like this one. These victims deserve to be remembered, and you showing up here means everything.